Good day, friends. Thank you for joining us for our pre-full moon garden visualization in Sagittarius. It's such a joy to be together, focused, united in heart and mind, focused on one goal: to be of service to hierarchy. Before we start, friends, I will quickly remind you about DK's advice to CDP, his disciple, to whom he said that he had to teach her how to create a garden, to perfect it, and then to use it. And he also taught her how to dedicate it and to turn it into a shrine of consecration, and to connect it in her mind with a thought of service. And he told her that which is thus created and used exists, and that today he would like to tell her that on the inner planes, her garden is of service to his group of disciples and to others in larger numbers than she thought. It was a place of gathering for many and a place of refuge for a few. And he taught her to enter her tower and to climb to the summit, and then to release the light which is in her. And this would be to the garden of her soul what the sun is to the gardens of the world. He also asked her to watch the rays of light pouring out over the garden, awakening it to color and beauty, arousing it to movement and life, and calling forth the birds, the song of the birds, and the hum of the bees, and evoking it to a responsive loveliness. This is what we will be trying to do in our healing garden. And there, Dike tells her, I will meet her, or I will meet you. When the clouds of glamour roll away, and to ponder on the symbolism hidden in this garden, and to work steadily from this center of life, love, and light. So then let's continue to build our healing garden as a group. At some point within the 12 hours prior to each full moon, meeting DK there as he promised, turning our garden into a shrine of consecration and intending to offer it as a chalice for the love of hierarchy to be poured in selfless service to humanity. So let's gather in our garden. But before we do, let's have a brief alignment with our own soul. So raise your consciousness into the head, as high in the head as you can. Then carry that consciousness upward through the astral body, and the mind, then to the soul, and visualize it as a lotus, fully open, scintillating with light, as a symbol of your soul body. And place yourself in the center of your lotus. Realize that you, the personality, and you, the soul, are one. And from that point, definitely and consciously, assume the attitude of the observer, detached and objective. Observe your personality below and visualize your etheric body and see energy flowing freely up and down the etheric spine. Now consciously throw soul energy down into the center at the base of the spine, using indigo blue light, the color of love. And now raise it slowly via the 5 centers up the etheric spine, then to the ajna, then to the crown, and up into the soul body. And say the soul mantra. I am the soul. I am light divine. I am will. I am love. I am fixed design. And sound one Om as if you were the soul. Let's enter our garden. At the entrance, we stroll through arches of climbing roses, clusters of flowers in abundance overhead, and choose the colors that you like. And as you walk through, let the roses gently caress your face as you breathe in the delicate aroma of the cascading, colorful roses percolating through the air. Small, lovingly trimmed emerald green bushes line the stony pathway. Along an embankment at the end of the archway, there are rows and rows of flowers, flowers of different hues and harmonizing tones of red and yellow and pink, all colors. And as we create these rows, we include our favorite flowers, The blooms shed fresh petals on the path, creating a soft carpet for us to walk on, releasing their individual fragrances as we step on them. On the opposite side of the embankment, we see right in the middle of our space of harmony, a lighthouse, standing tall and strong, shining beams of light in all directions as a symbol of our united group soul. And as we assemble there, quietly, we hear a choir of birds fill the space with their clear and melodious notes, welcoming us to this unique space. A chorus of angelic voices sing a soft tune, accompanied by the sound of harps, divas gently strumming the chords. Sitting still around the lighthouse, we feel the gentle warmth of the rays of the sun. In the background, the breeze softly swishing through the tall eucalyptus trees chants a melodic lullaby. These majestic trees cast their protective shadows on the grass as sunlight peeps through this peaceful garden. Around the lighthouse, we see a large, quiet pool of crystal clear blue waters. Flowing from the pool, we see rivulets as we hear the gentle trickle of water. We also see 3 wider streams of golden water flowing steadily, and across them are curved wooden bridges. In one area of the pool float lotuses of all colors in all stages of bloom. Some are in full bloom, revealing their gorgeous jewel, while others are just budding and barely showing their true color, but all reflecting their light in the healing waters. Just beyond the pool, a hidden path leads to a cozy and serene corner. A few chairs or a bench and a small fountain containing supercharged, vitalizing water, perfumed by a single floating lotus, create the perfect spot for an informal sharing of one's difficulties or words of wisdom. Inhale the perfume of the flowers, imbuing and permeating the air. Everything in this garden quivers with livingness. And you can invite, at the moment, anybody who would like, to receive healing. Bring them in this corner. In the distance, we hear the soothing sound of water, and we follow it. We come to a tranquil pool where cascading water gently hugs rocks as it joyfully spills in a blue pool, while bubbles of spray ricochet spiritedly in the air. Lush ferns alongside the rocks, draping in the water, enhance the serenity of the place, while the fiery brilliance of the orange and red leaves of surrounding trees brings warmth and invigorating energy to the area. In our mind's eye, we follow a pathway which leads us to flower beds. They are a riot of spring color, reds and creams and yellows and pinks of such vibrancy, winding their way like a gentle living stream among the trees. A row of violet flowers on either side of the meandering bed happily follows the path of the flowers as they release their subtle perfume. Butterflies flutter through the air with their iridescent wings, attracted by the silent serenade of the blooms. They are like the flowers of the air. Their delicate and fragile wings are like floating petals, catching the light and twinkling like diamonds in the air. While buzzing bees surf the open spaces from flower to flower, seeking pollen, which looks like scintillating bright golden pixie dust. Nearby, the gentle and soft babble of the sound of the fountains reaches our ears. Lush green grass lines a gentle stream like a soft velvety carpet, and feel the coolness of the grass. The air is full of the sweet fragrance of the flowers in full bloom, adorning the fringes of the streams in this tranquil garden, quivering with life. This garden that we have just created is our garden, our group garden. But let's take a moment to add a little corner that has our individual touch. Add the colors, the unique features and flora of your own country that you'd like to blossom in this serene space. Now sitting quiescent, our hearts beating as one, let's link up with each other as we say the healer's mantra aloud together. With purity of motive, inspired by a loving heart, we offer ourselves for this work of healing. And this offer we make as a group and to the ones we seek to heal. With our eyes, our outer eyes closed, we open our inner eyes, endeavoring to hold our mind unwaveringly in the group light. We know that Master DK2 stands steady, pouring out upon us his love and strength, and endeavoring to lift us up into a higher state of consciousness. We are now receptive to Master DK's radiant energy. The light of the lighthouse begins to shine brighter and brighter, intensifying gradually. And soon this light begins to take shape and a definite figure appears. It is that of Master DK. From the lighthouse, visualize calm waves of golden light poured by DK, streaming through our harmonious group, irradiating the garden around us, imbuing it with aspiration, an ardent, one-pointed desire to serve for the good of the whole. See and feel the intuitive arrow of light of Sagittarius pierce the space and our group heart. Sagittarius is the sign of the one-pointed disciple. The life of fluid response to matter becomes that of the focused response to spirit and preparation for initiation in Capricorn. The arrow of the mind is projected unerringly towards the goal. The unfolding of human consciousness let loose in Sagittarius is intuition, governing aspiration, soul consciousness in early stages. The key word is I vision. I vision. Think about that for a minute. What do you vision? Kamamanas, or desire mind, controls and influences the life. In the early stages of unfoldment, its focus is upon desire and the satisfaction of that desire. In the later stages of purely personality development, the focus is upon the control of desire by the mind. The intelligent use of all powers to bring about adequate satisfaction of desire or ambition to achieve some goal or attain some objective. Upon the reversed wheel, the goal is the expression of love wisdom, and this is ever selflessly developed and always consecrated to the good of the whole and not to the satisfaction of the individual. Sagittarius gradually piercing the heart with his arrows, and then upon the flight of the arrow, the man reaches Capricorn. Let's ponder on an ancient catechism which all disciples have to master. Where is the animal, O Lanu, and where is the man? Fused into one, O Master of my life. The two are one, but both have disappeared, and naught remains but the deep fire of my desire. Where is the horse, the white horse of the soul? Where is the rider of that horse, O Lanu? Gone towards the gate, O Master of my life. something speeds ahead between the pillars of an open door, something that I myself have loosed. And what remains of these? And what remains to thee, O wise Lanu, now that the horses of two kinds have left thee, and the rider unattached stands free? Now what remains? Naught but my bow and arrow, O master of my life. But they suffice, and when the right time comes, I, thy Lanu, will follow fast upon the shaft I sent. The horses I will leave upon this side of the door. For them I have no further need. I enter free, regain the arrow which I have sent, and speed upon my way, passing from door to door, and each time the arrow speeds ahead. This catechism summarizes the 5 keynotes of Sagittarius. 1. The attached or fused duality, the centaur. Unattached duality, the archer. Freedom or one-pointedness, the bow and arrow. 2. Human ambition leading eventually to spiritual aspiration. 3. A clear shaft of light, which is the intuitive and focused attitude of the pledged disciple. 4. The returning arrow of the intuition. For it is the shaft of the arrow of aspiration which returns to the sender as the arrow of the intuition. 5. Idealism, which is the power to see the vision and to direct one's course towards it. This is the work of Mars, the expression of the 6th ray. In Sagittarius, the disciple achieves the determination, powered by Mars, to direct his steps into another way of life, and with ardor firm to mount another cross, as the old commentary puts it. One of the major underlying themes of Sagittarius is that of direction. The archer is guiding his horse towards some specific objective. He is sending or directing his arrow towards a desired point. He is aiming at some specific goal. This sense of direction or guidance is characteristic of the enlightened man, of the aspirant and disciple. And when this faculty of sensitive direction is rightly developed, it becomes in the early stages an effort to identify all soul and personality activity with God's plan. And this is, in the last analysis, the ordered direction of God's thought. There is no true direction apart from thought. And I would have you remember, says DK, that thought is power. Thought is power. This is a statement upon which all disciples should ponder, for they can achieve no real comprehension of the direction of God's plan unless they work with a phase in their own lives which is subject to their own mental direction. Sagittarius marks another point of balance which follows after that testing that is in Scorpio. For the archer has to acquire and hold a steady eye, hand, and stance prior to firing the arrow, which, when rightly directed and correctly followed, will carry him through the portal of initiation. So let's pause here for a minute. Our bodies still, united in heart and mind, and our inner eyes fixed on the goal, which is the expression of love wisdom. And like the archer, let's stand within, still, poised, and focused, with a steady eye and hand, while directing the thought, I see the goal. I reach that goal. And then I see another. Let's fire our arrow of love and light into our garden, irradiating it with Jupiter's second ray energy of love, animated with a consecrated thought of service. And let the sound of the Om carry our arrow of love and light, reaching its goal. In Sagittarius, the intellect developed, used, and finally illumined becomes sensitive to a still higher type of mental experience, intuitive perception. There comes flashes of light upon problems. A distant yet possible vision of attainment is seen. The man begins to climb out of the depths to which he has descended in Scorpio and sees ahead of him the mountain in Capricorn, which he knows he must eventually climb. He walks no longer in the dark, for he sees what he has to do. He flies from point to point, searching for the arrows which he has discharged. He has, figuratively speaking, to dismount constantly from his white horse, the developed and purified personality, and find where the arrows of intuitional aspiration will take him. He travels upon the wings of the soul and becomes in his own personality himself the winged god. Mercury, which governs Gemini, the polar opposite of Sagittarius. This he does until he has established a balanced relationship between the personality and the soul, and can function as either at any desired moment with equal facility. And this takes place upon the path of discipleship and is called the experience of the disciple upon the plains of earth. For the path between the pairs of opposites runs straight and level, leaving the depths of personality experience and the heights of soul experience at this point of development on either side. As you know, Jupiter is the exoteric ruler of Sagittarius. So second-ray influences and potencies are abidingly present and pour into our planetary sphere and life via the Sun and Jupiter. These sweep the forces of Leo, Sagittarius, Pisces, Aquarius, and Virgo into and through our entire planet and all its kingdoms in nature. Our planetary logos, as Sagittarius soul ruler, provides a sphere of experience to the sons of mind, the divine Manasaputras, the Agnishvatas, who are ourselves, to live within his body, to develop the intellect, to control desire, and to transform it into intuitive perception, thus achieving their goal through the light of the mind and through the method of conflict. So let's visualize our lighthouse, symbol of our united soul group, strong and detached in the middle of our garden. As we link with Master DK at the summit, glowing as a focal point of harmony, directing the arrow of the light of Buddhi in the heart of every blade of grass, every flower, every lotus, every tree, every molecule of water and of air of our garden. And now that we have imbued our garden with the Sagittarian qualities of one-pointedness, mental power, intuitive perception, and the vision of a higher goal under the wise direction of Master DK, let's distribute as the one soul these energies freely and selflessly to humanity. By visualizing the energy of unconditional love or the will to good emanating from the triangle, the avatar of synthesis at the apex, the spirit of peace, and the Lord Buddha, empowering the Christ at the center of their triangle. And let's superimpose this radiating triangle on another triangle consisting of the Christ, the Master DK, and our soul group to become one triangle, one blended triangle, one fused triangle. And then superimpose these blended triangles on our group chakric triangle as we vitalize it. And this triangle is made up of our group crown chakra, our group ajna, and our group alta major, again to form one blended triangle. And now directing the dispelling radiance of the will to good via our group ajna, right eye, left eye. Let us place this blended triangle, impressing it over the three planetary centers triangle: London, Geneva, and New York. as we sound one Om, see the sound carry the cosmic Syrian love from the hierarchy of light via these three planetary centers to the heart of humanity. Sound of love, drown out the noise of aggression, hatred, guns, bombs. Just say the healer's mantra aloud in a low voice, saying it slowly and deliberately as we believe in the results. Because as disciples, we know we don't just believe. May the love of the one soul focused in this group radiate upon you, our fellow men, and permeate every part of your body, healing, soothing, strengthening, and dissipating all that hinders service and good health. May they travel upon the wings of the soul and become, in their own personalities, the winged God. And now, just like Christ does daily, standing under the great pine tree in his garden at sunset, with his hands uplifted in blessing over all those who truly and earnestly seek to aspire Let's picture a great pine tree in our garden. And let's gather around the Christ, Master DK and the Healing Ashram, under this pine tree, saying the great invocations together. Let's intone the powerful first and second invocations as a group soul, as we say them with intensity of feeling and in unison with hierarchy on the inner planes, as we grasp their significance as we say it. And we believe and know that they embody the will of the planetary Logos. Let the forces of light bring illumination to mankind. Let the spirit of peace be spread abroad. May men of goodwill everywhere meet in a spirit of cooperation. May forgiveness on the part of all men be the keynote at this time. Let power attend the efforts of the great ones, and so let it be, and help us to do our part. Second invocation. Let the Lords of Liberation issue forth. Let them bring succor to the sons of men. Let the rider from the secret place come forth, and coming, save. Come forth, O Mighty One. Let the souls of men awaken to the light, and may they stand with massed intent. Let the fiat of the Lord go forth. The end of woe has come. Come forth, O Mighty One. The hour of service of the saving force has now arrived. Let it be spread abroad, O Mighty One. Let light and love and power and death fulfill the purpose of the coming one. The will to save is here. The will, the love to carry forth the work is widely spread abroad. The active aid of all who know the truth is also here. Come forth, O Mighty One, and blend these three. Construct a great defending wall. The rule of evil now must end. And finally, the last invocation given in 1945. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. And let us sound a blue Om. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. And now raise your clasped hands above your head and say, "And so let it be," and help us to do our part. Then bring them down to your forehead and let them rest on your heart. May the blessings of the Christ and of hierarchy rest upon all true servers, and may they stand tranquil in the midst of strife. May the light of the garden of our souls be on the inner plane what the sun is to the gardens of the world, a place of illumined vision, aspiration, and one-pointedness, thus bringing healing and wholeness to many. Thank you, friends, for joining us today. May I remind you of some upcoming events. The assisting transitions for those who are passing or have passed is on Sunday the 5th of December. And then all of next week, we will have our classes, the established and the Spanish group on Sunday the 10th, the intermediate group on Monday the 11th, the Vietnamese group and the Portuguese group on Wednesday the 12th. And then finally, our closing service, our Christmas service for the year, will be on Sunday the 17th. And please check our website for your time zone. Thank you, friends, for being with us today. It was such a joy to be meditating with all of you. Thank you.